Hey guys, how are you today? It's so good to see you. You ready to echo some sounds? Okay. If you're in a place where you can't be loud, that's okay. You can still say them, just whisper them. R controlled. IR bird ER her AR car OR. Oh, I always do that one. We haven't learned it yet. Jeez. OR horn or. UR burn acorn A safe I high S bugs TCH catch ch. A and K bank ink. I and K pink ink. O and K honk onk. U and K junk unk. Nice job. Okay, so I really want to start with you all by doing a little review of what you have available in your notebook. So if you can take a moment and get out your student notebook, and please open up to page 38. Sometimes all these rules can get confusing, and I want you to take a moment to read over the Y and suffix rule that we've been doing and add in these examples. Okay, it's reminding you that if Y has a consonant after and it's an open syllable, change the Y to an I. Like cry plus ed becomes cried, empty plus ed becomes emptied, tidy plus ness becomes tidiness, and empty plus ness becomes emptiness. Please fill all of these in, and this is a spot you can always go and look if you're confused. So pause here until you fill those in. Okay, and you can actually keep this page open because on the next page is where it's going to be teaching you about plurals. What's a plural? More than one. So I don't just have a marker, I have markers. We normally put S or ES at the end of a plural. So take a look at this word that I'm going to build. Actually, I'm just going to write it. B-A-B-Y. Some people might just have one baby, but what if you have twins? Then you have two babies. So the rule is that when a word ends in Y and it's an open syllable, right? Baby. The Y sounds like an E here. We have to change the Y to an I, just like we did with our other suffix endings, and we add ES as our suffix ending. Okay, this is what makes it plural when it ends in Y in an open syllable. Babies. The I still sounds like an E, like baby, even when we add the ES. And notice babies, the ES sounds like a Z sound. It sounds like Z. So when it has a word that ends in Y, ES says Z. Okay. So now, if I ever ask you what says Z, you would have to say Z, S, and ES. We officially now have 3 ways to make the Z sound. Pretty cool. Okay, so let me erase our babies. Bye, babies. See you later. Put my ES back. And I have another rule for you. This time, it's if a word ends in an O and you have more than one. So let me give you an example. The word potato. 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 Okay, so here's the syllables. Po, te, to. How many syllables in this word? 3. Very good. So if you don't just have one potato, but you have more than one, we're going to have to put an ending. What are the different suffixes we usually put to show more than one? That's right, I'll show you. We usually would put S or ES to show that it's a plural. If a word ends in an open syllable Y or an open syllable O, we're always going to do ES. So baby was an open syllable Y, and potatoes an open syllable. Both of these get ES. Remember, this one also had to change to an I. Potato, we don't change anything to the O. We just add ES. Like everyone to grab their whiteboards, and we are going to write down 3 words and practice making them plural. So go ahead, copy down these 3 words. You can pause if you need to. Okay, now on your whiteboard, let's figure out how would we change problem to make it plural. I have lots of problems. Do we add S or ES? This is what we always have to ask ourselves. S or ES for problems. Go ahead, do it on yours. I'm going to add S, problems. Okay, here's our next word, candy. What should we do? Good. If it ends in Y, we change it to I, and it's always ES. Candies. And notice, what does it sound like? Z. Okay, before I tell you what I think on this one, I want you to do it. Pause here and do it. Okay, what did you change lady to? We don't just have one lady, but we have lots of ladies. Just like that. ES. Okay, nice job. I am going to give you 3 more words. Okay, so erase your boards and get ready to write the next 3 words. Tomato, family, and galaxy. Pause here to copy these down. Okay, if you're back, I want you to take the time to make them plural. Think about the rules. Pause here to do that. Okay, if you're back, what did you do for tomato? Yeah, if it ends in the O and it's an open syllable, yes, tomatoes. Who likes tomatoes? You do? You don't? Okay. Family, what did you do here? Change the Y to an I and it still says E, family. And then we add ES, families. Okay, and what did you do with galaxy? Change the Y to an I, it still says E, galaxy, and add ES, galaxies. Very nice job. Okay, I'm going to give you a word. This time, you're not just going to copy mine. You need to spell the whole thing. So you need to be able to do the base word and the suffix ending correctly. Are you ready? Great. Okay, my friends, repeat after me. Let me find a good one. Okay, repeat after me. Volcanoes. What's the base word? Volcano. So you're going to want to go syllable by syllable. Vol, cane, o, and then make it plural. Pause here to do it. Okay, you're back. My favorite gemstone is a ruby. Your word is rubies. Base word ruby, make it plural. Pause here to do that. Okay, last word. I hope you don't have any cavities in your teeth. Repeat after me. Cavities. What's the base word? Cav, it, e. And then make it plural. Make it say cavities. Pause here to finish those words. Okay, everyone, if you're back, I want you to check over volcanoes. What did you do? Well, it ends in an O, so you should have just added yes. Check all the spelling and fix it up if you need to. Our next word was rubies. It ended in a Y, so you should have changed it to an I and added yes. Great job. And our last word was cav it ease. Should look like that. Notice both of these that went from Y to I sound like Z. Rubies, cavities. Nice job, everyone. Okay, and the last thing that we're going to do today is grab those notebooks. Remember I told you to leave it open. I want us to put in the rule. So it's the Y and suffix rule on page, what is it, 39. And it says right there, forming plurals. When forming plurals, change Y to an I and add ES. The ES suffix says Z, and it gives you an example. It wants you to then change penny to pennies and lady to ladies. So I am going to write an example of that for you to check and put this into your notebook if you have it. Okay, see that right there? This is where you can always look on a test, when you're writing a paper, when your uncle doesn't understand the rule and he's trying to help you. Okay, get that rule right in there. And we should also take a second and read over all the words that we've written on these 2 pages. Put your finger on cried, emptied, tidiness, emptiness, pennies, ladies. And there's another section to turn to about this O rule. The O is considered an exception. It's different. So go to page 33 and you'll see a spelling rule all about irregular, so not regular plurals. And if you go down, you'll find about the O. Let's put a big circle around this rule so that we know we covered it and we know where to find it. And it shows you words ending in O, add ES. Potato, tomato, volcano goes to potatoes, tomatoes, volcanoes. Okay. Nice job today, everybody. I guess that's it. I'm sad to go, but we'll see each other soon. Have a great rest of your day.